Hello everyone. Okay, today we're going to enter chapter 2, Cell Biology and Organization. So we start with 2.1, the components of cells. Okay, so as you already learned in Form 1, you already know the shapes of animal cells and plant cells. So what I'm going to learn today is we are going to look each of the components that exist in animal and plant cells based on their structure and functions. Okay, so here's the figure 2.1 animal cells that you can find in the textbook. Okay, so we go through one by one. Okay, start with cytoplasm. This is cytoplasm, lysosome, nucleus, nucleolus, rough endoplasmic reticulum, smooth endoplasmic reticulum, plasma membrane, ribosome, Golgi apparatus, centriole, and mitochondria. Okay, now what are we going to do is we're going to draw and we're going to elaborate the structure and the function. Okay, now we start with the first component, which is plasma membrane. Okay, this plasma membrane is an outer membrane that surrounds the cell, and plasma membrane is made up of protein and phospholipid. This plasma membrane also partially permeable. Okay, what is partially permeable? Partially permeable means that this plasma membrane only allows certain substance to pass through the membrane. Okay, partially, separuh saja, separuh. Permeable ni kamu kena ingat as if macam permission. So dia hanya bagi permission untuk sesetengah substance, bahan saja yang boleh lalu. Dia bukan freely everything can pass through the plasma membrane. Dia akan tapis certain substance, mana yang boleh lalu, mana yang tidak boleh lalu. So that's why the plasma membrane, the function of plasma membrane is to separate the content from the external environment, and then it controls the movement of substance. Disebabkan dia punya structure macam ni, partially permeable, jadi plasma membrane is to control the movement of substance in and out of the cell. Okay, it allows to exchange of nutrients happen and respiratory gases and also waste material between cell and their surrounding. So in and out cell tu dikawal. Okay, next is here we call it as largest component in cell, nucleus. Okay, nucleus, when there's many nucleus, plural, we call it nuclei. Okay, nucleus, the structure is spherical and compressed. Sabtu dia hitam macam ni. Dan this nucleus contain chromosome. Okay, this nucleus, the function of nucleus is to control the cell activities, and it contains the DNA that determine the cell characteristic. Okay, now you already know what is a nucleus. Now let's draw endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, this endoplasmic reticulum is attached to the nuclear membrane. So this is nucleus, and then there is a nuclear membrane. And nuclear membrane, you can find a folded flattened sac. Folded, dia berlipat-lipat macam ni. Okay, dan kita adjust sikit, kita bagi dia besar. Okay, folded and flattened sac macam ni lah. Okay, And this endoplasmic reticulum, it has two types of it, which the first one is a rough endoplasmic reticulum. Why is it called rough? Because there is a this dot here, we call it as ribosome. Okay, ribosome. So this one is rough endoplasmic reticulum. Why is it rough? Because there's a ribosome attached to it. Okay, or this one we call it as RER. Okay, so just now I told you there are two types of endoplasmic reticulum. The first one is rough, and then the second one is smooth. Smooth meaning that there is no ribosome attached to it, so it's smooth, lychee. Okay, so there is rough and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, SER. Okay, so you already covered nucleus, plasma membrane, smooth endoplasmic reticulum, and also rough endoplasmic reticulum and ribosome. So next we are going to draw. Okay, before that, let's look at the function first. Okay, the function of this endoplasmic reticulum is to become a transport system, and it provides a wide surface for enzyme attachment, okay, and biochemical reactions. Okay, this rough endoplasmic reticulum, since ribosome attached to it, this rough endoplasmic reticulum will transfer the protein that's synthesized by ribosome. The ribosome the function is to synthesize protein. So maksudnya selepas ribosome ni synthesize protein, hasilkan protein, rough endoplasmic reticulum akan hantar ke mana nanti kita tengok. Okay, so untuk smooth endoplasmic reticulum pula, dia akan synthesize dan transport glycerol and lipids. It also carries out the detoxification of drugs and metabolic byproduct. So untuk senang ingat, RER to transport the protein, SER is to synthesize and transport glycerol and lipids. Okay, next we're going to draw a small spherical sac. Okay, this is a lysosome. This lysosome contains an hydrolytic enzyme. Okay, hydrolytic enzyme. Okay, hydrolytic enzyme. The function of this enzyme is to break down bacteria and components of damaged cell. Maksudnya sel-sel yang rosak atau bakteria akan dihancurkan, akan dimusnahkan oleh lysosome. Kenapa lysosome? Because it contains hydrolytic enzyme. Okay, hydrolytic enzyme. Okay, next one is Golgi apparatus. Okay, look how I draw the Golgi apparatus. Golgi apparatus also folded and flattened sac. Then look at the location, where the location is near the plasma membrane. So in this Golgi apparatus, we have a vesicle at the side of it, and this plasma membrane has a vesicles. Okay, this we call as vesicle, and this one we call it as Golgi apparatus. What is the function of this Golgi apparatus? You need to remember it as we process, modifies, and pack and transport. Process, modify, pack, packaging, and transport. Dia macam courier service lah. Okay, so maksudnya di sini, if you can see the flow here, from the nucleus will give the DNA, and then this is where the lipid and glycerol is synthesized, and then there's a goes to the ribosome where the protein or enzyme is synthesized, and then it goes to, since all this function of this smooth endoplasmic reticulum and rough endoplasmic reticulum is to transport, and then it goes to Golgi apparatus to be transferred out from the cell. Okay, before it's transferred out, it will undergo a process, modified packaging, and transport towards outside the cell. Okay, now last but not least, we have a centriole. These centrioles exist in pairs, meaning that if you want to draw a centriole, you must draw it in pairs, and the function of this centriole is to form a spindle fiber during cell division. Okay, what is a spindle fiber? Later in chapter 5, we will discuss it under cell division. So we label it as centriole. Okay, and then this centriole only available in animal cell. Okay, so there is no centriole in plant cell, only in animal cell. Okay, so we're going to look at plant cell.